All right, this is Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour, and the name of today's show for you, those of you that are channel surfing, okay? I know you probably would never do that on my show, but it's sharpening the edge of your integrity.
I couldn't find a good knife sound. That's what we were playing with earlier.
That's okay.
I have to do it. Swoosh.
Swoosh. Now, I do want to get one more plug in because I just noticed, the CD series #2, Taking Care of Me series is all about integrity, life balance, personal planning, accountability.
There's an email about it too.
What?
So
What? Go ahead.
No, there's actually an email asking you to talk about the CD series. So.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Wow. Okay, so just real quick, you can go to my website, www.claynelsonlifebalance.com, and go to the CD series or go to the CDs. And you can find out all about it. Plus, I think now we even have some voiceover work done so that if you go to the website, you push the button, and I even talk to you. Pretty soon we're going to have Susan talk to you. Whoa. Totally cool. Now, sharpen the edge of your integrity. So the question, what would it be like to be in integrity everywhere all the time? Think about that, all right? What if every single thing you said you were going to do, you did? Boring. No, I'm kidding you. But, it's like if you didn't have something to beat yourself up for or complain about, I mean, what would life be worth? You know what I mean? So people allow themselves to be out of integrity for various reasons. Example, they say big things that they can't live up to, all right? Or they think they can't live up to it, or they simply disappear and then they make excuses. So that's what human beings do. Human beings also have a lot of fear about doing it right or approval of others, or worrying about looking good or not looking good or whatever. That's what adults do. Kids don't own that. So you see that, you can be your own worst enemy. I can be my own worst enemy. If you can believe that, I am my own worst enemy. We are our own worst enemies. All right? So when your integrity is out of place and you beat yourself up long and hard, all right, what's the one thing you have to do to quit doing that?
Stop beating yourself up.
Stop beating yourself up. All right? Stop, being the morality side of an integral conversation. It's either I did it or I didn't do it. Am I bad for not doing it? Maybe a little bit. Can I apologize and forgive myself? I would hope so, because that's all we can do.
It's like a Bob Newhart sketch. Stop it.
Yeah, totally. All right, so before the last break, I gave you a little thing to write down, so I'm going to give it to you again. And it's a big hint, almost a 300-pound hint. It says, don't ever make yourself wrong. The world will do that for you for free. So, what do you do when you find that you're out of integrity in a part of your life? You want a hint? Here it is. It's biggie. You put it back. It's like if you eat a cookie out of the cookie jar, you can't put that back, but you can go bake some and put another cookie in there. So there's always a way to fix it, all right? So you have to be able to say you're sorry, you have to clean up your mess, and you have to get back into integrity, okay? Now, being out of integrity doesn't mean you're a bad person, all right? If you're out in the world shaking things up, which I do, and you're going to be out of integrity at some point, someplace, somewhere with someone. If you're doing stuff, you're going to make mistakes. No one's perfect, all right? Plus, leaders, your job as a leader is to have people judge you, have people develop an opinion, and have people get involved. So the only way you can have them get involved is they either agree with you or they don't agree with you. It's still an involvement, all right?
But they couldn't try to agree with you.
No. That was good.
You like that?
Okay, she's going to have her own show next week, ladies and gentlemen. Now, all right, so, and if you're out in the world being visible enough for people to notice, you are a leader. So know this, no matter how great you're doing things, no matter how great, you're spending time, no matter how great everything's happening, you will always be cleaning up your integrity someplace, sometime. Part of living a life of integrity is developing the ability to be humble and taking the responsibility for the mistakes you make. We all make them. You have to learn to forgive yourself. You have to learn to forgive on your feet. You have to be able to communicate and ask forgiveness of others. You have to face the consequences of the mistakes you make, do the dance and keep on trucking. You have to clean up whatever's necessary. But most of all, you have to move forward being who you're committed to be and move forward being fully whole and complete. Now, Susan, you got something you want to read?
I do. We have so many great quotes for integrity, but
quick.
I'll just do one I really like. It's by H. Jackson Brown, Jr. Live so that when your children think of fairness and integrity, they think of you.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
How cool. That is really cool. So read it again real quick.
Live so that when your children think of fairness and integrity, they think of you.
Boy, now wouldn't that be just a complete thing that your parents say? I mean, you say to your parents, wow, how cool.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you for listening, all right? You've been listening to the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. You can hear us Susan and I on Wednesdays from 2 to 3, and then again on 10 to 11, and then on Sundays from 12 to 1. Now, I'm Clay Nelson. This is the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour on KZSB AM 1290 in Santa Barbara.